The government hopes an ongoing consultative approach to policy making, called the Singapore Together movement, will become an automatic reflex for all involved. Giving an update on the movement, which was launched by Acting Prime Minister Heng Swee Keat last June, two fourth-generation leaders said this would be how they measure the success of the approach. Isabel Lim with this report.
In the last few years, the government has gone on a feedback spree, actively canvassing views on topics ranging from sustainability to infrastructure planning. It's a hallmark of the Singapore Together movement, which helps the government take in feedback on policies. The Recycle Right Citizens Work Group, for instance, comprising 48 citizens, discussed how to improve household recycling rates. It was an exercise that has yielded tangible results. 4 pilot projects, which will be formalized in the first quarter of this year. The aim, according to Minister in the Prime Minister's office Indranee Rajah, is for such consultation to be an automatic reflex.
Whenever we want to do things, immediately the government agencies' first thought will be, how can we get people's input and people's participation in this? How can we partner with people? And when, on the other hand, citizenry, when they want to do something, their first thought is, how can we work together with others and with government to make this happen?
She, together with Social and Family Development Minister Desmond, was speaking to media in an in-depth interview taking stock of the Singapore Together movement, about half a year since the approach was adopted. The exercises have taken on different formats, from submitting feedback online to participating in dialogues or even work groups that span several sessions over a month. When asked if such commitments were feasible for all citizens, Mr. Lee said it's important to keep the consultations accessible.
We are examining different ways, trying out different models, piloting different platforms to work with Singaporeans, firstly with different levels of wanting to participate, but also with different levels of intensity. The higher up you go in terms of the intensity of engagement, necessarily the number of people who can be involved or who want to be involved will be fewer.
It also means arranging sessions that are easier to get to and understand. This was done for discussions on how to mark an Ubin Day, an annual event that showcases the island's rich natural and cultural heritage.
We used to have meetings on the mainland every 3 months, either at MND or in Botanic Gardens. Then we say, hey, the islanders can't participate. So we move some of the meetings alternate on Ubin itself, and the villagers turn up. We have a presenter speaking in English and then simultaneous translation, buddy pairing in Malay and in Chinese, in Teochew and in Hokkien.
Ms. Indranee said accessibility also means that the government would provide citizens with the data they need to make informed decisions. However, it would have to consider issues of confidentiality and sensitivity before releasing the information. When asked if the Singapore Together movement would also broach controversial topics like sexuality and public housing leases, Ms. Indranee assured Singaporeans that no topic is off the table.
One should never shy away from having debates on topics which could be contentious or difficult. But the key, the key in dealing with those is how to ensure that when you have discussions on that, you're able to do that in a safe, common space where people feel that they're able to speak up without the thing becoming a big fight or a big row. We should keep the discussions and the ideas respectful, open and safe, so that as a country you can move forward together with a shared consensus.